Good morning. You are listening to Superhuman Channel Talk Radio. I'm your host, Todd Smith, aka Mass Avenger. Hey, today is a exciting day, man. Today is PlayStation Experience 2015, and man, I'm here to tell you, man, I'm in for a ride. First off, I want to share, this morning before I go any further. I want to talk about, actually, it's really talking about PC versus game consoles. And the reason why I want to share that today, I'm going to show you these glimpses because I showed them before and I showed them many times of Neo Geo, screenshots. And like I said, I'm a Neo Geo fan, when the system was launched out in the early 90s. So I'm going to show you the screenshots of them. You see it right now, at this moment. But what I'll be sharing about today is you can leave all your comments and your thoughts, because what we do on Superhuman Channel, we share your news feed. But what I want to share today is on Superhuman Channel Talk Radio is about, console versus PCs and what make them a big difference today. And when it comes down to gaming, and the computer, you can turn around, actually, create game, graphic design, and so etc. when it come down to a PC. So a PC do a lot when it also come down to business, and as well, many other things that it does. But one thing I want to share is about processing power, because I already know that what PC is run by its memory, it's run by its RAMs, it's run by its engine, what you put in this bad boy to make it a beast the way it is, and what kind of format that you use for a PC. But one thing I want to share is, versus a game console, they actually have processors, actually turn around and run the consoles just like they have in PCs. You got your RAM sticks, you got all this stuff go on with the PC. But in this time, in 2015 going to 2016, I'm going to put CES 2016 that's coming up. They actually got tablets these days, actually run, a muscle powered PCs. They haven't released the technology yet because the technology is still expensive. And I'm going to tie Neo Geo with this. Like I shared before, and I shared this before, but I just want to share it again because it's on my thoughts, and then I didn't share that much. I'm just sharing little piece by piece when I think about this whole situation. When I first, saw the Neo Geo back in the 90s, way early 90s, I wanted one to run right then and there. I saw the arcade. I played the arcade, when I was at my local bowling alley. And I just loved the graphics, how the graphic was. It was the best graphics, close to Super Nintendo graphics. That's the reason why I purchased a Super Nintendo, because I couldn't, for a Neo Geo, because Neo Geo was so expensive. I think at that time, up there, when the PS3 went up, was so expensive on this first time, the Neo Geo was the same price. That's the reason why the Neo Geo didn't last long in the game. And I remember I went to this mall called the Century Mall on the north side, and I saw this game console that's sitting up there. And I said, boy, I just love to have that console. I just go back I used to go back all the time. I used to turn around and actually stare. It seemed like I couldn't make enough money to able to get that game console. Because not only that you had to get the game system, but also the cartridge was so expensive. You talking about Super Nintendo being $50 and stuff like that, etc. Prices of their game when it came down to Super Nintendo. But with Neo Geo, it was very expensive. The cartridge was costing about $100-something, or more. That's how much it was. Because it was a rare system that everybody didn't have. But this system was moving, actually operating through megabytes. And megabytes not that big versus gigabytes today. Today, I was not kidding you. I was actually playing Neo Geo games. I'm talking about they had a whole lot of them off a micro disc, off a micro SD card. I think the SD cards that I had were 4 gigabytes, or to 4 to 2 gigabytes, you know, card, or maybe 8 gigabytes. That the card that I had, you know, SD card, micro. They did this on the Super Nintendo, not Super Nintendo. They did it on the Wii when the Wii, you know, came out too. You were able to download the Neo Geo titles. Cause I was over my brother's house and we were playing Ninja Comeback off the Wii. You could actually download these games right now. That once was in the arcade cabinet. You know, once one of the most expensive systems that you could ever buy. And they actually put it in an SD card now, a micro SD card. I'm talking about the whole library. You could take the whole library. Like I got in my phone right now a 20, I think a 32 gig. Yeah, that thing over I got my record SD card is a 22 gig, 32 gig SD card, micro SD card. I will still have space, plenty of space, if I turn around and take the whole library of Neo Geo games and put it on. I still have a lot of space. This is how technology have been processed down. I don't care what you PC gamers, you know, talk about or get mad at me about, but it's the truth, because Cliffy B was talking about it. Systems is getting just like that now. Game system is actually running neck to neck with PCs, and sooner or later it will bypass it. Just like we never thought, you know, like I was playing Double Dragon at the arcade game. I never thought that's gonna, you know, gonna look that good on today, and it's not gonna look that much today. Cause technology continue to advance, and man, I'm here to tell you, man, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's going to change. It's going to evolve. And then you can able to play PC games. They got games on tablets right now that you could actually, you know, a possibility of down on an SD card, you know, just look good as a PC game. I'm talking about with, you know, they actually look just like PC games, but you putting on a small SD cards, because all they doing is compressing. And the reason why they never turn around and then never tell you the difference between the two, because they want your money. And a lot of time companies turn around and give you all these bigger, you know, bright promises about this and that, and they already have the technology. They haven't never released it. That's like I shared before about, you know, 4K television. They already had 8K television a couple of years ago, but the reason why they have not released it because it's still expensive, and then on top of that, you have to pay a lot of money out of your pocket, you know, to get this type of stuff into your house. And that's just how it is, man. They turn around actually marketing this stuff well, and ain't no you can't get around it. 4K been out for a long time, but the reason why they haven't released it, because people ain't had no money to turn around for it. Now they actually turn around and bringing out a 4K player. But, you know, which is reasonable. They should be able to do that, because the thing is, how they gonna make their money back? And that's what I see through this whole thing. But people, I just want to share with you all today about that. I want you all to tune in, you know, today. And I'm here to tell you, man, I looked at the video game awards, and I couldn't even get through online on YouTube. So I advise you all, be there early. Be there to get your front seat there early on YouTube, because you were not able to see PlayStation Experience. You were not able to see it, man, if you come at the last minute. And that's how I felt about the video game. Well, I barely don't look at the video games award, but yesterday, I choose to watch it, and I couldn't even tune in because it was all clouded online. Man, what they gonna do with broadband these days? But also at the same time, you know, I thank you all for you tuning in. Thank you all for you supporting me, and then listen to, you know, to Talk Radio. And thank you all for your support. My name is Todd Smith, aka Mass Avenger. You are watching Superhuman Channel Talk Radio. Leave your comments and leave your thoughts. Peace.